my beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. This is the How-To Ministry on Love, Life, and Purity, and today we're going to be talking about 6 truths that I learned from the She Speaks conference and how to work your purpose. Okay, so let's get to it, y'all. So the inspiration for this video is obvious. It's the She Speaks conference that I went to this past weekend, y'all. And if you're wondering where I've been, I've basically been preparing to go to this conference. So I needed a little bit of a break so that way I can focus in on what God needed me to do, y'all. And if you ever get a chance to go to She Speaks, please take it. Please run with open arms because you have a whole bunch of women that are just ready and waiting to receive you. So we're gonna go ahead and get into those 6 truths. So make sure you write down some notes, y'all, because I got something for you. Now, how this relates to working your purpose is basically here we are at the very end of July, or is it August? I think we're in August now. And we're about more than halfway into the year, and I did a video back in January talking about purpose. A lot of people talked about purpose. I'm gonna link that down below in the information, so this way you can check that out. But a lot of times during this time, people have already lost their purpose. They've already lost the momentum that they've been building up. So I'm hoping and praying that this will help jumpstart it again, because you do have purpose, you have a ministry, and you have a calling, and you need what you need to get it done. Okay, don't forget to follow me on all my social media and make sure you hit that subscribe button so this way you know when the videos come out, and hit that bell too because that's a new thing, so you really know when these videos come out. The first thing I learned, or the first truth I should say, is that we are in this together. What I loved about the She Speaks conference was that we all knew that we all had a purpose and a voice that was very unique, and we all knew that we can't listen, this person, they may reach people I may never ever reach, and the same vice versa, right? So what we needed to realize, and what we did realize there, was that we just needed to link arms, support each other, encourage each other, hear each other's stories, and know that we are in this together. Which leads me to number 2, and that there is space for everyone. There were over 900 women at the She Speaks conference, and we knew it still wasn't enough. God says in His Word that the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. So why am I gonna get in competition with somebody when I know she has a specific ministry that is so unique, and a voice that some people may be able to hear that they can't hear from me? So it's understanding that there's space for everyone. So definitely link up arms with those around you who are on the same purpose. Support each other, encourage each other. There's zero reason for competition, because with God, there's always space, there's always room, and His it's the Lord, you know what I mean? Which goes into number 3, and that is you need your God squad. Now, there's so many people I've seen on the internet linking up together, young adult groups that are just flourishing, and the same thing with the She Speaks conference. You need a God squad. I met a lot of women, but there was definitely a few who we became close with each other. We looked out for each other, and we are still in communication with each other and just cheering each other on, knowing that we all have a book, we all have a voice, we all have a ministry and purpose, and we want to help each other out. So you need like-minded people who are going to pray for you, speak life back into you, because listen, life gets in the way, and it happens, but this is why we need a God squad. We need people who are going to link up with us and help us along the way. Number 4 is going to be sit under the feet of wisdom. I can't even tell you how many women at the She Speaks conference gave so much wisdom of what they've done. I mean, recipes. There was one woman called Mary DeMuth who basically wrote 37 books, and she was sitting here giving us her recipe on how to do things. So you know I was all up in my notes. So you really want to sit under the feet of people who have recipes that you need, who have been doing it for years, who understand the challenges that it comes with, who've made mistakes and are willing to share it with you. So Proverbs 31 Ministries is such a phenomenal ministry, and you can tell that they're intentional, they care, they want to help you, and they do everything that they can to help support you, even by providing publishers for you to talk with as far as book ideas and things like that. So that's really awesome. Take every chance you get to sit at the feet of wisdom. Number 5 is going to be work your craft. If you are a writer, a speaker, a blogger, someone who spits spoken word, whatever the case may be, you want to work your craft. We are not there yet. always make sure that you're willing to learn and listen, because whether I take a free webinar, whether I go to a seminar, I always walk away with something that I didn't know. So you're going to want to work your craft. And even just being able to sit down with a publisher, I was able to hear out and get feedback on the book that I wanted to write. So in itself, you're hearing, you're listening, you're working on your craft, you're getting books that are going to help you, because I know I'm not the best writer, but I know that I can get there by just reading the resources that they gave us and just honing in and working my craft. So work your craft, y'all. Work your craft. And number 6, which is last but definitely not least, is God is everything. In the She Speaks conference, you saw God everywhere. You saw women praying, people talking about the Lord, how God had worked things for them, how God had brought them there. The speakers, all they did was talk about Jesus Christ. We did worship together. We prayed for each other. God is everything. We honestly can't do this without him. We don't know, when we're overwhelmed and we don't know which direction to go to, we have to know that God is in it. And God will speak to us, but we have to take the time out to sit before him. Talking about sitting at the feet of wisdom, we have to sit at the feet of King, right? And ask him, God, do you want me to turn to the left, to the right? What do you want me to do? There's so much information. There's so many places I want to be. But ultimately, we want to honor and glorify him. So in doing so, we come before him and ask, what do I do next? All right, y'all, so those were the 6 truths that I learned from the She Speaks conference, and you can use it for how to work your purpose for the rest of this year, because honestly, like, 2019 is coming up, but it's not here yet. So we can still get back on our goals. We can still look at what God had spoken to us back in January. Like some people were saying, there's nothing magical about January, but it does give you a fresh start and saying, okay, this is a new year. This is a new purpose that I want for my life. But we can do that at the first of every single month. So now that we're in August 1st, let's look back on those goals, look over them again, rework them if we have to, and go ahead and finish off what we started. Okay. Love y'all. Bye. Which leads me to number 2, which is there is space for everybody. That there was, so you really want to sit on their feet.